Hello beauties. Okay, video 3. So I'm just gonna come on and share when I feel inclined, when I feel the inspiration, the energy, the life force rushing through me, I come up and share. And obviously it's difficult to talk about yourself. It's hard to talk about personal situations and things, I've gone through. But it's all from my perspective, right? This is all my journey. This is my life, and I'm sharing from merely my experiences and like what I feel called to, right? Everyone has their own interpretation of things and how things kind of roll out or don't. But I just wanted to kind of share that this is really from me, right? I got into helping people through my own experiences, through my own journeys. If you couldn't have have seen that already, right? It really comes from this place of understanding and compassion and not wanting other people to suffer like I did, right? And not being able to find help through the mental health system, and just a lot of experiences that left me feeling like I wasn't good enough. I was stuck in my own way, and feeling like I wasn't connecting with people around me. Right? I really had to break free and carve my own path. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I continue to do. And that's why I continue to share. But lately, I just wanted to show up and share, there's so much going on in the external environment. There's so much going on in the world. There's so much chaos. There's so much noise. It can be so easy to lose yourself in that and become, I hate the word victim. And I said that in a previous video, but I'm not a victim. I'm a warrior. I'm a survivor. But yeah, it's so easy to fall prey to that and get stuck into the chaos, get stuck into the noise, stuck into the madness, and lose yourself, right? And something, I've learned and had to build myself up over the few years is resiliency, and also finding peace and calm even in chaos. Letting go of control, finding peace and calm even when you don't know when your next meal is coming. Even when you don't know, what the future holds, right? Like, I've been there. Like, this is my life. Right? So I live according to my feelings. I live according to my emotions, which is very different than what other people might do. And this is a shift I've made over the past couple years because what I was doing was not working. I do not want to stay in a job just trading my time for money. And that affects my mental health, because if I'm not expressing, if I'm not sharing, as I said, if I'm not using my gifts, if I'm not literally using my gifts that God gave me to this world to make a difference, I will self-destruct. That's what I said. I will turn in on myself because my creativity, my passion, my expression isn't being used for the utmost good, for the highest good. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? So that's why I show up and share these videos, expression, like whatever I feel called to do in the moment, because that's your untapped potential, right? If you have a secret talent, or if you have something you want to share, or even for yourself, if there's something you want to do, like, fucking do it, because life is short. I also said I wouldn't swear, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Life is short, right? Like, we're here to experience all of it. If you're living according to someone else's rules or playbook, or what you were modeled or what you were taught, right, to fit into these old systems that are really dying and collapsing, that's not serving anyone. We need your voice. We need your talents. We need your expression. So whatever that is, I'm really feeling called to encourage not only myself, but everyone to light that up, to go for that, right? Do you want to live your whole life and then realize, like, oh crap, I never got to do that. Or I was so busy just doing what everyone else wanted me to do that I never actually discovered my true talent. I never got to spread my magic out into the world. I never got to start that business, write that book. Sure, someone needs to write a book. Play that instrument, really speak my truth, stand up for myself. Communicate to the people that I love them. Whatever you're holding back now, it's time to release that, right? This is also a new moon in Cancer, so I don't know, maybe that's where this is coming from, but new beginning, a fresh start. As I said, right? This whole, new series that I'm starting on YouTube, leaving the past where it belongs. You don't need to stay stuck there. And yes, it's a constant process. Things come up for us to heal and release on a deeper layer each and every time, right? Like, for me, it's always the same issues. It's the same core issues. And that's why I go back to childhood so often, and those roots, right, that you were planted, right? You're literally a sponge from 0 to 7. that becomes your blueprint for life. Whatever you were modeled, whatever you were taught, whatever you absorbed, that's your subconscious programming running on default, right? And that's where I was running into problems, and I didn't feel confident in who I was. So I had to go, explore in this deep adventure of self-discovery and of self-learning and unlearning in order to really be who I am in the world. And it's a constant process, right? Of shedding these layers, of trauma, yes, but also these layers of protection, these layers of a false sense of protection and security that are really just trapping you from shining and being the person that you are and that the world needs you to be. All right? So I don't know if someone needs a little inspiration here, but let go of what's draining you. Let go of what isn't serving you. Speak your truth. If something isn't working, you don't need to stay in it just because you think it's easier or you're afraid to let other people down. Again, do you want to have regrets, when you leave this plane, when you leave this earth? Or do you want to say, hey, maybe I messed up, but I gave it my all. I have no regrets because I went for it. I listened to myself. I listened to my own intuition. Or do you want to be a prisoner of someone else's life, of someone else's experience, of someone else's story? It's time for you to write your own story and rewrite your story. Just if that's been your story your whole life, you can change the script at any time. You can flip the script at any time. You have the power to do that, right? It's so easy to get entrenched in other people's wants and needs and beliefs. And that's why it's so important to come back home, especially now when the external is so loud. Finding that peace and calm, even in chaos, even when you don't know what to do or what you want. That is when it's automatic for you to disconnect and to come back home to yourself and to feel that, right? Sometimes it does have to get crazy before it gets more smooth. It's not going to be a smooth process. Obviously, life is not linear, and there are things that happen that are outside of your control. And maybe that will, shake you up a bit. But when you find that sense of home and stability within yourself, it's just wind in the air. I don't know what kind of analogy I'm using, but it doesn't affect you as much. Your whole world doesn't have to crumble and shake to get your attention. You can weather any storm, right? You can just blow in the wind. You don't need to freaking collapse and, crumble and all of that, right? You are resilient. You are strong, and you are here for a reason. So if this found you today, just know that this is for a reason. It's not a mistake. And I believe we all have a unique soul purpose here. We all have a unique expression, blueprint in our DNA, which, we chose when we came down here, right? So if there's something within you that's like really bugging you lately and you really want to get it out, it's always on the back of your mind. That's your soul calling, and it's not going to go away, okay? There's a reason I'm making these videos still. There's a reason I show up. It's because I feel the passion burning inside of me to express and to share, to be seen, to be heard, to be a light, to inspire, to motivate, not to sit quiet behind a desk and waste my life away. No. That is not serving anyone, right? So if you're feeling called to do something, even if it doesn't make sense, even if other people don't get it, even if you think people are going to judge you or think you're weird, good. That's your talent. Other people don't have that, but you do. So we need you, okay? We need you, especially now. So I hope this served you if you found across it. I hope you found it motivating. And it's a work in progress, right? But the deeper you go within yourself, the more connected you are to who you truly are inside. That's when your life starts. That's when everything falls into place, and it's much easier. You won't have to force. Everything will flow, and you'll feel more empowered to be who you are and not feel fear if other people don't get that, right? It could even be your family. It could be your friends. As you grow and change, your external, I have burps, will grow and change as well. Energy releasing. Right? So that is so important. You know who you are. You know why you came here for. And even if you don't, even if you're not sure, get to a journal. This is actually just from the dollar store. I haven't really used it that much. I have so many journals and notepads on the go all the time. I'm constantly writing. It says every morning, this will be backwards, but every morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Buddha. Every day is a fresh beginning. If something horrible happened yesterday, you do not need to carry that into the next day. You do not need to carry those burdens and that heaviness and that pain and that sorrow. Yes, feel it when it comes up, but don't let it dictate and control your life, because you have the power to create magic in every moment. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Happy new moon. Cheers. Love you. Subscribe and share if you found this helpful. Goodbye.